So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea is very simple. We want you to cover your current affairs for your prelims examination because current affairs form a very important portion of your prelims examination. Around 40 to 50% of the MCQs are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Therefore, you cannot choose to ignore current affairs. And what better way to cover your current affairs for prelims than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Because if you'll follow this lecture series and make it a part of your daily routine, these 4 to 5 MCQs covered on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone. And 1200 MCQs from just current affairs are more than sufficient for your prelims examination. As far as current affairs are concerned, you will feel pretty confident about them in your prelims examination, but provided you have made this lecture series a part of your daily routine. So make it a daily habit of yours. All right, let's begin today's session, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding delimitation process in India. The territorial division of parliamentary constituencies by Delimitation Commission shall not be challenged in any court of law. Delimitation Commission is a constitutional authority created under Indian Constitution. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act froze the number of parliamentary seats until 2026. Now, as you all know that there are elections in our country. Elections take place for parliament, basically Lok Sabha, which are called general elections, and then state assemblies. Now, for these elections, the entire region is divided into constituencies from where Member of Parliament or Member of Legislative Assemblies, MLAs, contest elections. Now, who divides these constituencies? Who divides this entire territory of India into constituencies? Well, that is done by Delimitation Commission of India. Okay, Delimitation Commission. Okay, and this division is done by Delimitation Commission based on the recent figures of population. Because population is important before division of the entire territory. Right? Now, every 10 years after the census, Parliament enacts Delimitation Act, and under that Delimitation Act, Delimitation Commission is formed. Article 82 says that Parliament basically will enact Delimitation Act, Delimitation Commission would form, and Article 82 gives the power to this Delimitation Commission to divide the entire territory of India into constituencies for Parliament. Article 170 gives power to this Delimitation Commission to divide the entire state into constituencies. Okay. Now the thing is, Delimitation Commission is a statutory authority. It is created by an act of Parliament. Clear? So second statement is false. But any order given by Delimitation Commission cannot be challenged in any court of law. For example, if someone says that you have not drawn this constituency properly, then this cannot be challenged. The order given by Delimitation Commission is final. Clear? So this statement is correct. Now, this process went on till 1976. But after 1976, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act was enacted, which froze the number of seats for Parliament. Okay, Delimitation Commission won't be formed and it won't increase the number of seats for Parliament. This freeze was put till 2001 census. But in 2001, Constitutional Amendment Act number 91st was enacted, which extended this period to 2026. Okay, so 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act froze the number of parliamentary seats until 2026. No, it froze till 2001. The freeze was extended till 2026 by 91st Constitutional Amendment Act. So this statement is false. Only one is correct. The answer is A. Question number 2. Which of the following statements is correct regarding pig butchering scam? It is a cyber scam that originated in 2016 in China and then had spread to the rest of the world. The scam results in cryptocurrency scams, forced cyber labor. It is a type of short-term scam where the scammer quickly dupes the victim and disappears. Okay. Now, pig butchering scam is a cyber scam. Okay. And what is this type of scam? You meet a person online on social media. Okay. And he basically develops a relationship with you. He poses as a wealthy person, wealthy customer. He becomes your friend and gives you investment advices. Then this person, after establishing a long-term relationship with you, tells you, after earning your trust, to invest in this crypto scheme, to invest in this investment scheme, okay, and so on and so forth. And once you invest, he disappears, okay, or maybe he gives you some gain for 1 month or 2 months. So you invest more money and then he disappears, okay. So the thing is, this is known as pig butchering scam. All right. Why pig butchering? Because pig butchering, the people who are in pig industry first nurture the pig. Okay, feed that pig, make him fat, and then butcher him for his meat. Similarly, these scammers are first nurturing the victim and then butcher them, then take their money. Sometimes they make them invest in crypto frauds. Sometimes they make them invest in certain financial scams and then blackmail them for cyber labor, for forcing them to do stuff online. Okay. Now, it is a type of long term scam, not short term scam. So, this statement is false. The other two statements are correct. The scam results in cryptocurrency scams and forced cyber labor, investment scams, money laundering also. Now, this scam originated in 2016 in China and then it spread to the entire world. So, this part is also correct. Because recently, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, I4C, issued a warning, making people aware of this scam. Okay. Now, I4C comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. That's it. That's all you need to know. And the answer would be 1 and 2 only. A. Question number 3. Consider the following regarding Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. It introduces mandatory norm of taking consent from data fiduciary by the data principal. In case the data principal is a person with disability, then it is mandatory to take the consent of the legal guardian as per section 9 of DPDP Act. Only legal guardians appointed as per Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act will be recognized by DPDP Act. Okay. Now, basically, Digital Personal Data Protection Act is India's data privacy law. Okay. You see, there are many companies, many government organizations who are collecting your personal data. Google has your entire search history. YouTube has your entire search history, what type of videos you like to watch, what type of things you like to watch. Amazon has your entire shopping history. Similarly, Facebook also has your personal data. Now, this personal data is collected by them and then it is mined, used to create personalized advertisement campaigns for you and many other things. Now, this would be breach of privacy as far as we are concerned because our data is used or may be misused without our consent. So, this data privacy law basically makes it mandatory for all these companies to take the consent of people before using their data. Now, as per this law, the people whose data is being collected are known as data principal. Okay. And the companies who are collecting this data are known as data fiduciary, who are basically collecting this data, processing this data, using this data. Now, DPDP Act says that data fiduciary has to take the consent of data principal before using his or her personal data, right? So, this basic provision has been introduced apart from many other provisions. Okay. This has been made mandatory. So, any apps that you use will take your consent before taking your data and using it. Clear? It introduces mandatory norm of taking the consent of data fiduciary by data principal. No, consent from data principal by data fiduciary. Okay, this is opposite. The terms have been interchanged. So this statement is false. Okay. Now, if this data principal is a person with disability, okay, maybe visual disability, mental disability, or any other kind of disability. Now, whose consent shall be taken? So, Section 9, Clause 1 of DPDP Act says that these people with disabilities, persons with disabilities, have legal guardians, right? And these legal guardians are appointed as per Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act or National Trusts Act. Okay, these are the two laws that deal with legal guardianship of people with disabilities. So all these legal guardians, okay, all these legal guardians who are appointed under these two laws shall be considered legal guardian. And in case of DPDP Act, the consent shall be taken by these legal guardians, not the people with disability, but their legal guardians. Section 9 says that consent should be taken not from these people with disabilities, but with legal guardians, from legal guardians. Okay, so this part is correct. Now, only legal guardians appointed by Rights of Persons with Disability Act will be recognized. No, legal guardians under National Trust Act would also be recognized. So this statement is false. Only two. The answer is C. There is a huge controversy with respect to this section 9 because disability rights activists are saying that this would basically reduce autonomy for people with disabilities. They are not autonomous anymore. They would be dependent on these legal guardians. Okay, so they are protesting against this. Any which way, the answer is C, only 2. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding Animal Welfare Board of India. It is a statutory body established under Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. It functions under Union Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. It serves as an advisory body to the central and state governments on animal welfare laws. So the thing is, Animal Welfare Board of India was established for welfare of animals. And it was established under Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. This part is absolutely correct. It is a statutory body. But it functions under Ministry of Animal Husbandry. Fisheries and Forestry. Okay, not Environment Ministry, Ministry of Animal Husbandry. So this part is false. Now, the main job of AWBI is to basically make recommendations to central and state governments with respect to animal welfare programs, animal welfare laws, how they should be implemented. So it majorly has an advisory role. Okay, so this part is correct. 1 and 3 are correct. The answer is C. Okay, and last, consider the following statements regarding Prani, Mitra and Jeev awards. These awards, launched by Animal Welfare Board of India, aims to recognize contributions to animal welfare and protection. Prani Mitra Awards recognizes individual contribution, whereas Jeev Awards recognizes contributions of organizations. These awards were started in 1966. Okay. So the thing is, recently this was in the news that Animal Welfare Board of India is going to organize an event at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. Okay, for distributing these two awards, Prani Mitra and Jeev Awards 2025. Now, these two awards basically recognize contributions made by individuals and organizations towards animal welfare. Okay, so this part is correct. Now, Prani Mitra Awards has 5 subcategories. So this award is given for 5 subcategories. Basically, advocacy for animal protection, contribution towards animal protection, okay, and many others. So 3 Prani Mitra awards are given to individuals and 2 are given to organizations like PSUs, companies who have worked towards animal welfare. Similarly, Jeev awards have 3 categories. Okay, some are for individual, some are for organizations. Clear? So it's not true that Prani Mitra is for individuals and Jeev is for organizations. Both the awards are given to organizations and individuals. This part is false. Now, these awards started in 1966 by Animal Welfare Board of India. This part is absolutely correct. Okay, so 1 and 3, the answer is C. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you'll revise this lecture as well. And by revision, I mean spending another 5 to 10 minutes. Apart from watching this lecture, spending another 5 to 10 minutes going through the written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed in this lecture. Now, you can find these written detailed solutions in our notes for this lecture, and these notes are available on our Telegram platform. Now, where can you find our Telegram platform? Just below this video in the comment section, you will find a link. You just have to click on that link. It will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for not just this lecture, but all the other lectures featuring on our YouTube channel. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.